Hello everybody and welcome to another video. You may notice that my surroundings have changed just a little bit, and that is because we're finally moved into our new apartment in California in the South Bay area, and I finally have time to sit down and film a video. Let me know if you'd be interested in like an official apartment tour. I'll do it Architecture Digest style. I think that'd be fun. Today is super exciting for me. This is the type of video that I've been wanting to film since the beginning of this channel. It's not something that I'm gonna be able to do often, so I'm excited to take the opportunity to talk today about fast fashion. We're talking about sustainability, we're talking about human rights, we're talking about solutions, and I'm going to do a try on haul of some sustainable brands that I have recently shopped, and I'm so dang excited about it. So let's get into it. All right, we're gonna have a quick little discussion about fast fashion, just in case you're not familiar with the term, or maybe you've heard the term, but you're not quite sure what it means. So the Oxford Dictionary defines fast fashion as inexpensive clothing produced rapidly by mass market retailers in response to the latest trends. So really, any brand, I'm not gonna name names, but any brand that you can think of that is a very large chain, is in every single mall you've ever been to, is just very convenient and very affordable, is under the umbrella of fast fashion. And I'm not going to say that every single one of these brands is necessarily contributing to every single one of these issues, but for the most part, these brands are creating some really extremely massive problems surrounding sustainability and human rights. So I'm just going to real quick hit you with a couple facts about the sustainability aspect. Fast fashion is responsible for 20% of global wastewater, which is a massively high percentage, and it's because making clothes requires a lot of water. Specifically, dyeing clothes takes a lot of water. And most of these companies and these factories are dumping their wastewater full of chemical toxic dyes into streams and rivers and ditches, which are making their way to the ocean and just wreaking havoc on local and faraway ecosystems. Another one is that it creates a ton of waste other than water. So 92 million tons of clothes-related waste. That's clothes that we don't want anymore, that we throw away, that's waste that the factories are discarding of. 92 million tons are being wasted every single year. So just to put that into perspective, that is a garbage truck full of clothing being either burned or dumped into a landfill per second. Per second. Like, if that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. Another issue with fast fashion is it's affordable, which doesn't seem like an issue. As a consumer, that's awesome. I love being able to run to a store and get some new cute clothing, trendy, clothing for cheap. But part of the reason that the clothing is so cheap is because it's made with cheap fabrics. So polyester, nylon, acrylic, all super affordable, super cheap to produce with, but they're actually all plastics. Those are contributing to microplastics in the water. So you wash your clothes in the washing machine, those microplastics are coming off of your clothes into the sewage, which is eventually, making its way to the ocean. And because of that, fast fashion is now responsible for 35% of the microplastics in the ocean. Another fabric that is very commonly used in clothing is cotton. Cotton is a crop. It's a huge crop, actually. I think I read that it takes up like 77 million acres of land around the world to grow cotton. It requires a ton of water to grow cotton, and fast fashion is pretty much never using organic cotton, so these crops are being sprayed with lots of harmful pesticides, fertilizers, and those are leaking into the soil, leaking into the water. And then to make a garment out of cotton requires even more water. So actually 5,200 gallons to be exact for a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. And to put that into perspective, if I drink 8 cups of water a day, that's half a gallon, I'm drinking 182 gallons of water a year. 182 gallons of water a year, and my shirt and my jeans took 5,200 gallons of water to make. That's just like bonkers. So that's just kind of like a little tiny little piece of the sustainability issue. The other issue being human rights. So another big way that fast fashion is able to produce such affordable clothing is by having really cheap labor. So they are outsourcing their factories to other countries, which in itself isn't a bad thing, but they're able to then get away with having sweatshops and factories with really, really unlivable wages, really unsafe working conditions, in some cases even forced child labor. The majority of people who make up the workforce in those factories is young women, and a lot of times these are people in low-income communities and impoverished communities, and it is just a very unethical and unsustainable thing altogether. But they're able to get away with all of this and then package the clothes and send them off and market them, and then we go to the store and we see these clothes and we don't know any of this. So that's all the doom and gloom surrounding fast fashion, but it's important to know about it. If you're anything like me, you find out about this kind of thing and you're like, wow, I really would not love to continue contributing to something like this. What can I do? How can I help? And that's the nice thing about knowledge and education, is once you know, then you can be part of the solution, which I find very empowering. So I needed some new clothes. It happens. Everyone needs some new clothes every so often. Specifically, I was looking for some new activewear because I think the sports bra I'm wearing right now I've had since middle school. Like, some of the stuff I have is so old. So I did some research and I found a handful of brands that I really feel like I can stand behind and trust. And so today we're gonna do a haul. We're gonna do a try on. It's gonna be amazing. I'm really fingers crossed that everything fits. You have no idea how against my human nature it is to have packages and not open them. And I've had these packages for like a week, 2 weeks actually, because I haven't had time to make the video, and there's just been clothing in these packages that I haven't opened. You have no idea how difficult that's been for me. So I cannot wait to get into these. So let's get into this first brand. It is called Girlfriend Collective. They are pretty much exclusively an activewear brand. Girlfriend Collective uses recycled fabrics and recycled water bottles to make their clothing. And if you think it's surprising that there's plastic in the clothing, I just explained to you that very common fabrics are actually plastic. So at least if there's gonna be plastic in the clothes, it's recycled. So their core factory is located in Vietnam, and the factory itself is SA 8000 certified, and that certification basically ensures that there is safe working conditions, ethical working conditions, living wages. It overlaps with fair trade certification, but it's specific to factories, whereas fair trade is a lot more often related to food. The dyes that they use in the clothes are eco-friendly, and they clean their wastewater before releasing it back into the environment. And then with their dye mud that comes out of the wastewater, they actually donate that to local communities to make sidewalks and pavement with. They mix it in with their concrete. So that's super cool. Another thing that I just thought was really neat while I was shopping on the website was they have such an inclusive website. Their models are all different races, all different body types. Some of them even have like body hair, and that's just something you never see that I really appreciated seeing, honestly. On top of that, for each garment, you could click on it and they have a different model showing each size, and they will tell you the height and the cup size, if it's a sports bra, of the model and what size of the garment that they are wearing. So you can make your best size guess, because that's one thing about shopping online that can be a little bit sketchy, is getting the right size. All of their packaging is recycled and recyclable. So I will recycle this packaging. So I got 4 things from Girlfriend Collective, 3 sports bras and a pair of biker shorts. I really hope they all fit. So here I've got outfit number 1. These are the high-rise run shorts in black. They're really soft. They're very like tight, like they're very compression, which is good when you're working out, because when this part rises up, that can be really irritating. I'm kind of digging them. They are high-rise, which I like. And then this is the Lola V-neck bra, also in black. I wanted to have like a set I don't have any sets, and for me, black is just like a go-to. It's so comfortable. Dude, this fabric, this is so soft. It's got the racer back, which I like. Definitely happy with this so far. I'm just gonna leave the shorts on and try on the rest of the sports bras. This is the Simone High Support Sports Bra in plum color. High support indeed. It has actual like bra straps. It's not just like a pull over your head, which I've actually never seen straps like, clasps like that with a sports bra. It's got the crossover with the adjustable straps, which I really appreciate. It's squeezing on the bottom, which is good. I would do some jumping jacks or something to prove it, but like, just trust me. Also, just real talk for a moment. It is a pet peeve of mine when swimsuits and sports bras and just any women's tops have removable padding. I think it's so obnoxious. It comes out or it gets all balled up when you wash it. You have to reform it every single time. But this has sewn in padding, thank God. So, very happy. So the last item from Girlfriend Collective is this. It's the Clio halter bra in Olympus color. It's this really, really pretty, like deep blue, almost teal color. And I'm obsessed. The straps, I love. The back offers a lot of coverage. This I love because I would low-key just wear it as a shirt with like high-rise shorts or even like some sweatpants on the beach. It's so comfortable. By the way, I forgot to mention, I got a small in everything that I got from Girlfriend Collective, and all of it I feel like fits pretty well. But yeah, this I freaking love. Oh my gosh. Tell me that it's not adorable. And the color, obsessed with the color. So I am stoked with the turnout of this so far. I'm very skeptical about online shopping, but I thought I would give it a go. And so far, I have not been let down. Let's get into the next brand. So my next package comes from a company called Pact. And I only got one thing from them. It's a little bit more pricey. Pact uses organic cotton, which means that the crops are not, you know, being sprayed with pesticides or using any harmful fertilizers. Also, organic cotton crops use 81% less water than conventional inorganic cotton crops, so it's a pretty sustainable crop in that way. They're partnered with fair trade factories. I don't know that the company itself has a fair trade certification, but they work with fair trade to make sure that their factories are treating their workers properly and humanely. They have clothes for men, women, babies. They even have some bed and bath. I think it's mostly like towels and sheets. Oh, also recyclable packaging made from recycled paper. So, made with organic cotton in a fair trade factory. This is the joggers. They looked very cute on the website, so I'm going to try them on. So this is the draped jogger from Pact, size small. So soft, organic cotton. They fit really well. They're a little tight in the bottom, which I like, but they're not as tight as a legging. They've got pockets, like deep pockets. Like if you're actually jogging in these, which like I can almost guarantee you I will not be doing, but if I was, your stuff wouldn't come flying out. They've got the elastic waist. I can cinch it more if I want. I'm going to be living in these. So this is the one thing I got from Pact. I'm sure I'll get more stuff from them in the future, but at the time this was just sort of the only thing that really called out to me. Anyway, let's get to the last brand. The last package I have is from a brand called Tentree. I had heard of this brand. I've known about them for quite a long time. I just never actually got around to purchasing anything, but they are really, really cool. If you haven't heard of them, I highly recommend checking them out. But at Tentree, they will plant 10 trees for every garment that you buy, hence the name Tentree. So I got 2 things from Tentree. That's 20 trees that will be planted due to my purchase. They've planted over 73 million trees in a handful of different forests, which you can see all of their forests and all of their different works on their website. And they aim to plant 1 billion trees by 2030, which I think for them is a very attainable goal, especially as their brand grows and people buy more clothes from them. They are a certified B Corporation, which means that they voluntarily meet the highest standards in social and environmental performance, which is awesome. Good on them. They're also climate neutral certified, meaning that they offset all of their emissions by investing in carbon reduction and removal products. For them, that's planting trees. They plant trees mainly in communities that are highly affected by either natural disasters or deforestation. They also employ local communities to do the planting, and they partner with a lot of charitable organizations around the world to reach out to these communities to do the planting. So on top of planting all these trees, they're employing members of impoverished or low-income communities. They're providing them with jobs. They're educating them and their communities about the environment and sustainability and how to support themselves, and overall are just doing so much work in so many different aspects of communities and the environment. Like, they're just such a stand-up company. They have clothes for men, women, children, and they have some accessories like hats and backpacks and masks and blankets and just kind of a handful of other little odds and ends. This hat is so cute. It's just got this really simple little flower design. And I also got, it's a crop hoodie. This did come in a plastic bag, but it says this bag is also 100% recyclable. And it says, in an effort to minimize our plastic waste, we only use poly bags for our white or light colored garments and for items that are prone to wrinkling, and you should recycle this bag. This is a lovely material. It's very like thick and stretchy. I'm gonna go ahead and try it on with the hat, and we'll be right back. All right, so I showed you the hat, but this is it on. I kind of think I look weird in hats. It's just one of my things. I know I don't actually, but I'm getting used to it. But I actually think the hat is adorable. And then this is the French terry crop hoodie in agave green color. It's not super cropped, which I like. I didn't want it to be like up here, you know. It's a reasonable length. It's super nice and stretchy. Like, it's super stretchy and it's really soft. This is a medium. I like hoodies to be a little bit oversized, and this is perfect, and I didn't want anything too cropped also. So I really like it. I also noticed that a lot of times with crop stuff, they can look really boxy, and I don't feel like this does. So very happy about that, but I can't believe that this was like 100% success, and it was all online shopping, but I just made sure to do the research about their sizing, and I'm thrilled with all of this stuff. So this was everything that I got. It was a very solid haul. And the nice thing is that, like, I feel so good about having all of these things in my closet. And all of them are very kind of basic type of things that I don't think are gonna go out of style anytime soon, and that I don't see myself getting tired of anytime soon. So my new goal is to kind of every so often, when I find myself truly needing some new stuff, to shop at places like this and slowly build my closet to be sustainable, and that way I can feel really good about what I'm wearing. So that was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. That's not something that I'm gonna be able to do super often for videos, because obviously I had to purchase all those clothes, and it wasn't like incredibly cheap, which leads me to just a little, before I wrap up the video, I just have a couple last thoughts. One being that I think when it comes to issues around sustainability in food or clothing or anything, people tend to think that in order to, you know, afford sustainable things, it's really expensive. And that's not always the case, especially because I did a lot of research and picked these 3 brands out because they were more affordable to me than a lot of others. But for me, it's more about investing in pieces of clothing that I know I'm gonna hang on to for a really long time. Like I mentioned, the stuff that I have currently before I got all that stuff was like almost a decade old. So I'm getting true use out of these things. And a lot of times with fast fashion, the clothing is not built to last. And a lot of it does fall apart or get stretched out, or, you know, does something that makes you wanna get rid of it. So to spend a little bit more money on something that's gonna last me for years and years, I think is 100% worth it. Not to mention that clothing is an expression of yourself. It's how you present yourself to the world. It's exciting to get new clothes. And so I think to spend a little bit of money to invest in myself and in the environment, and on top of having new clothes, feeling really good about a purchase and supporting a company that is doing so much good stuff for the world, I just feel so incredibly good about that, and I think that that's a really solid and meaningful investment. If you are buying clothes, cheap clothes up front that are falling apart or that you're getting tired of and you're getting rid of, you're spending more money in the long run to be continuously replacing those items, you know? I also just wanted to give a little word of advice to anybody who has now learned this information about fast fashion and wants to make a difference. It's not something that you have to change right away, you know? Fast fashion exists for a reason. I'm not saying that you can't purchase clothing like that, but if you're somebody who buys a lot of clothes and you're constantly going through clothes and you're getting tired of clothes, I might just sort of encourage you to sort of reassess why you're doing that. Maybe, you know, look at some of the pieces you have and try to find ways to style them a little differently, try to get creative. And also, I will mention one very cost-effective way to shop sustainably is secondhand shops, which could be your basic like Goodwill thrift store, or they make higher end secondhand shops, and those can be a really awesome way to shop sustainably just because there's no new material or work going into the clothes and it is super cheap. So I would really encourage more thrift shopping, 100%. Just to make any small change is better than nothing, and to educate yourself and others about it is also very important. So I know this was a lot of talking and a lot of facts and a lot of just information, but if you stuck through it this long, I really appreciate it. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I sure as heck did. That was a really good time. And my God, you have no idea how relieved I am to have opened those packages. It was literally like weighing on my mind. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. If you enjoy my videos, go ahead and like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more videos from me. I know I'm not posting as often anymore, but that's just because life has gotten a little bit insane. I'm doing what I can and I'm posting content that I really find meaningful. So if you're enjoying it, please, yeah, support the channel and I'll see you next time.